Okay, we're back, hopefully with another question, another problem. Excuse me. All right, let me see if I can get the chat out this time. So what we want to do now, no, it's not working. Chat is not working. I don't know why. All right, we have another question. We'll take a look at that shortly. And that's going to be, here we go, normal screen, peaking iterator. Let's do that. Peaking iterator, given an iterator class interface with, let's make sure you can see it, methods next and has next, design and implement a peaking iterator that supports the peak operation. It essentially peak at the element that will be returned by the next call to next. Assume that the iterator is initialized to the beginning of the list, 1, 2, 3. Call next gets you 1, the first element in the list. Now you call peak and it returns 2, the next element. Calling next after that still returns 2. You can call next the final time and it returns 3, the last element. Has next after that should return false. Okay. How do you extend your design to be generic and work with all types, not just integer? Interesting. Interface, already defined, do not modify the interface. Data, iterator, returns the next element, the iteration, next, has next. Okay. This seems like an older question. Initialize any member here. I like that it's constant. There's a bunch of stuff in here that I like. Public iterator, extends the public iterator, it's got const, it's got some fun things there. Interesting things. So anyway, what I wanted to say was, or is, yeah, just check. You notice me checking chat. That's what I'm doing. If you see me clicking around. That's interesting. So that's a little weird. What is that? What does that do? That instantiates this iterator with nums. Huh. Not save a copy of nums and manipulate directly. You should only use the iterator interface methods. Sweet. Okay. Well. For that. This is just the vector, right? So what are we doing? Peak, next, has next. Extends iterator. Can we access this somehow? Can we do that? Isn't there a way to access that? This is an inheritance, right? This is public inheritance. This is well, isn't there a way to get the how do I don't remember now. I don't remember now. Class A, that's private. Class B, heard from A, access to vowels. What to do? Excuse me. You don't. That's what the protected keyword is for. So you want to use if you want to grant access subclass, but no one else. I don't remember what the iterator class looks like. I'm looking for something here. Oh boy. What is this? Oh, that's okay. This is what's. Wait. I am so confused. Next has next. Data. Are these public? That's super confusing. Pointer to the data. Well, so this is interesting. I want to say that I want to say it's this, right? This has this data pointer, and we want to dereference that. Right. And then next, we're going to say, int ret equals same thing. And then we're going to say this data pretty much plus plus, basically. I don't know what that's going to look like. Then has next is, so actually really we'll just return this next. Right, and then also returns this as next. I'm so confused, just really confused. I don't really understand. Oh, it's private. Oh, okay. No kidding. All right. In that case, next has next. How do I? You don't want to call next on that iterator. This is super awkward. This is a bit awkward. You start with Java. You got the camel case style protected. I'm a genius. What's up? What's up, Yuki? Welcome back. Hello. I like how you get confused with basic inheritance stuff, and then you do some crazy algorithm like it's nothing. Thanks. Yeah. I get. There's a lot of stuff that just, I don't know. A lot of basic things kind of go over my head. It's pretty bad. But yeah, I did start with Java. Yeah, when I was at university. I actually need to go back and learn Java again, pretty much, because I don't use any IDEs that support Java. And Java is like really funky when it comes to the IDEs. Like, I actually don't know how to compile and run Java code right now, if that makes any sense. Which is like not good, because like I could go on an IDE and I can go on like this IDE 1 and type in Java code and run it. But like if I wanted to run a Java program on this machine right now, like my machine, I need to get a Java compiler. I need to get an IDE that supports Java that'll compile with the Java compiler, and then I guess run that on locally on my machine. Like there's like a bunch of steps that like I actually can't do right now. Because not that I can't do it, but like I would have to go through all those steps to actually be able to say like, okay, I can actually run Java on my machine right now. I literally, or I can code Java on this machine. Because Java's really weird. Java's got like jar files, and it's got like, not weird. It's got this thing that happens where some IDEs don't work very nicely with Java. Let's put it that way. Anyway, that's like beside the point. But yeah, Java is usually camel case. Usually Java and C++ use camel case. I think most people do that. I like to use Python. Typically, do snake case. It's called, which is the, you see that, like hello world. This is a long name. This is like snake case, and then camel case is what you were just describing. But this is usually Python, and then this is usually like C++ and Java. But I don't. I like snake case, so I throw in my C++ code, but it's probably not a good habit. All right. I forgot what I was saying. As far as I was doing. So this is like really obnoxious to me because I want to make use of the inherited stuff, and there's like a bunch of stuff, right? Protected. There's multiple inheritance. There's private, public, and protected inheritance. There's like a whole bunch of different things with inheritance. There's the diamond too, which is another funky thing that can happen with inheritance, where you have a class A and a class B and class C. They both inherit from A, and then class D inherits from B and C, and so D gets actually a copy, 2 copies of class A. There's like a lot of really funky things with inheritance, but all that is neither here nor there. Right now I'm trying to figure out what do I do with this problem, because the iterator that we're inheriting from, it's what we could do, I don't know, I have an idea. Peak. The problem with peak is, what if you call peak first? Like, what we could do is we could just save all of the previous calls to next. No, actually, no, that doesn't work either. Nope. I want to say something like, you actually just call next. Just call it, and then when you call peak, you just return what was called, and then when you call next, you just don't do anything. You just return peak. No, it doesn't. It's not right, because I'm trying to operate without modifying. Like, I'm trying to do this without like rewriting these all together, something like that. Like, no, we're trying to make use of this iterator. This is a really awkward question. I don't know. It's a good one. Favorite style is all lowercase snake. Yeah, me too. That's what I like. Hey, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, actually, snake case. I don't think you. The only reason you do like my snake case class, I think the only reason why you do the uppercase is because I don't actually remember. I don't actually know what the rules are for that, but I think it's literally for classes, because classes are not really supposed to start with a lowercase. They're supposed to start with an uppercase. But I don't know if the whole thing should be. It's like a snake case camel case hybrid, which is. I could just start doing that, and just people complain about my camel case. I'll just make it. Just combine the two. Just put underscores all over the place, just to annoy everybody. So the tricky thing here, yeah. So it's really awkward about this. Is like, we don't actually want to call the next function, but it looks like if we're just going to use the interface to the iterator that we're what do they call that? if we're going to use the interface to the iterator that we are inheriting only to implement this peek function, then we want to be clever here. We basically we don't re-implement each of these, I guess. So what peek's going to do is literally call next, return the value, and then when you call peek, you're going to keep returning the same value. When you call next, you're actually going to return what peek has, and do you call next again? That's super confusing. Do you call? No. See, that doesn't make sense. No, doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. I'm so lost. Because what I would normally do is I would just return whatever the pointer is pointing at, just dereference that and return it. But this iterator doesn't have just a plain old I mean, maybe you can copy the iterator and call the next function on that iterator. Can we do that? You can try that. Let me give that a shot. What does that do? Let's try that. Copy of this iterator. I don't know if I can. How do I access this guy? I don't know. Okay, let's try this. Let me just. Let's just do peek. Can kind of hack this a little bit. Oh. Let's just see what this does. Okay, so it compiles. Now, if we copy this, right, and we say copy next, return that bad boy, what happens? It's probably not the most, it's not a pointer. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Excuse me. Is that how you do things? Is that how it goes? Is that you just... Oh, please tell me this works. I would be so happy. Oh no, time limit exceeded. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't think it works. I don't think that works. But definitely tons of fun if it did. Oh, my head. Have had a bit of a cough earlier, and I'm almost still kind of woozy, still dizzy. Like if you have asthma and you can't breathe, that's kind of how I've been feeling. So forgive me if I laugh too hard and pass out or something. That's right. So, What is going on here? What? This is kind of funny, but this is so hacked. Like, the idea is basically you create another iterator that's a copy of that one, and then call next on that iterator to get the next element, and then that iterator just gets destroyed immediately, which is very funny. But I mean, the problem with that obviously is that if it costs you anything to initialize an iterator, then that could be expensive. But usually the way iterators work, they're pretty inexpensive to build, because they're supposed to be just like pointers. You know, they're supposed to be pretty inexpensive to construct. The problem with this, though, seems to be that this next peak next has next. This just runs forever for reasons that are totally unbeknownst to me. I do not understand. Time limit exceeded. Why? Yeah, actually, I don't know. I don't know why would that happen? It's just, I don't know. Let's do 2 commands. I actually was not expecting that at all. I don't know why it would be time limit exceeded. Let's see what happens here. So, okay, that's easy. So, what happens if we call next? What happens here? Why would that happen? Why would that? Is that because we're calling this one? Is that? Do I need to call? Maybe it's this. Maybe this is what. Maybe this is why. Is that inheritance? Yeah, that's why. Okay. Your inheritance is funky, man. Inheritance is funky, right? Because these are named the same thing. So actually, this is literally just calling itself, which is causing a lot of shenanigans. I think, yeah, this is definitely one of those questions that seems to be more of like a trivia type of question, or can you, like, do you really understand inheritance kind of a question, something like that, and iterators and inheritance, something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to do it this way. This is like really funny. Something about this really tickles me. It's like really obnoxious. Yeah. So, let's see. Let's just throw a bunch of other things in there. All right, we'll do next, peak, and then one more has next at the end. All right, we got next, peak, 1, 2, has next, 3, 4, peak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have to call next 7 times, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 and 7. And has next. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go to 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, how does this go? Did we get there? Alright, I think we can try it now. Kind of afraid. Maybe we can try it like some degenerate cases just to see what happens, I guess. Like we have no commands. Does that run? Yeah, it looks okay. We have one command where, you know, if we do nothing, if we empty and no commands. Okay, how about, let's do one command next. Have one command. So why, that's interesting. It's a double vector. Not really expecting that, but no such element exists. Okay. I don't know what's supposed to happen here. I don't know if we're supposed to throw something or catch or what. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I guess we just go for it then. Oh, got there. Nice. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, this seems like one of those really, kind of one of those, not easier questions, but just kind of test your knowledge a bit. I don't know, so I wonder what the discussions say about this, just briefly. Take a look. Extra member variables. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Do it that way. That's better. Copy constructor. Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, I should have done it that way. Okay. That's a lot better. And you don't need to call this with this. You don't need to call it with this. You can actually just call this directly. That's pretty neat. I'm glad I looked at the discussion, looked at the answers, because that's better. Mo better. Mo better. Mo better. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing here. Let's move on to the next thing. So, sweet. Sweet. Very nice. Okay. So let me end there. Yeah, I spent like 30 minutes on that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm like not super familiar or comfortable with questions like that, but I mean, I guess that's why we're doing this, right? Let me we'll full screen it for a moment and end the stream there.